classes, and I'm a homeschooling mom. The decision of homeschooling your child can change his life and your life forever. When I tell people that I homeschool my child, the reaction I get is a look of confusion followed by the phrase, I could never do that, and kids need to socialize. Homeschooling is such a taboo topic. There are a lot of misconceptions about homeschool kids. Some people think that they are underdeveloped in many areas, others think that they're weird. But the reality is that they're just as weird as their peers in regular school. When my husband and I made the decision of homeschooling our child, we did a lot of research about it. And we found a lot of benefits of homeschooling. For example, your child will develop better academically, physically, and socially. When your child goes to regular school, he must follow the same curriculum as their peers. However, every child is unique, and so is their way of learning. Homeschooling allows you to choose a curriculum that best fits your child's needs. And you must be wondering, but I'm not a teacher. Am I be able to teach my child? Well, the answer is yes, you can. And you don't need to be a teacher to homeschool your kid, because the creators of the best known curriculums in the world are parents like you, that along with professionals have developed curriculums that are very user friendly, and any parent can use it. Additionally, there are a lot of resources available for homeschool kids, such as group classes and tutoring. Academically, your child will benefit back for the personalized spacing and the individualized instruction and a curriculum that is tailored for their needs. And there are a lot of studies that show that homeschool kids score significantly higher than kids in regular school in tests like SATs or ACTs. One example of this is my son. He's 4 years old and he is reading at kindergarten level. The biggest misconception about homeschool kids is regards to their social development. Everybody thinks that homeschool kids are awkward and isolated, but that's just not true. A lot of studies have revoked that stereotype. Homeschool kids are involved in many community events, and they are always doing extracurricular activities when they get to interact with a diverse range of people. So, for example, my son, he is in Taekwondo, Jiu-Jitsu, soccer, and his fourth birthday party was a clear example that he has no problem socializing. He had like 50 kids, ages from 2 to 12 years old, and he interacted perfectly with them. Another misconception about homeschooling is that homeschool kids lack physical activity because they're not running around all day in school. The reality is that kids are not running around all day in school. The CDC states that a kid needs 60 minutes at least of physical activity daily. Even though schools have physical education classes, this not always meets that requirement. However, homeschool kids, they have flexible schedules so they can be enrolled in different activities and have more than 60 minutes of physical activity daily. My son, for example, as I said before, he is in many sports, and daily his dad takes him to the park and doing other activities that helps him with that. The lack of information limited us. And thinking outside the box, it's scary. I'm not against traditional school. I think that it's great if you want to send your kids to regular school, public or private. But I think that you should know that you have other options. Additionally, my kid has shown us that homeschool kids can develop better academically because he is doing better than kids his age. Physically, because he is in any sport he likes. Socially, because he is a friendly and happy kid. So if you think that homeschooling is good for your family, fear no more, and you can do it.
Muy bien.